welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and today out of the line a little bit because in general today would be a Windows 10 Mobile episode, but today I have a special guest and I don't want to postpone that in any kind of way. And as you already can see, hey, the Jolla Community Phone 2 is available now and it just got delivered. So I just got this package. It's from Finland, the Jolla Boys OA or Y or whatever is on there, and we are going to have a look at the content of this, of course, and we are going to unpack this together. For that, of course, I'm going to change the perspective and stuff like that, so I'm going to go to my workbench and we are going to have a look at what is inside there. And of course, we are going to try and at least physically compare the, for instance, Sony Xperia 10 Mark III and the 10 Mark II to this smartphone. So let's have a look. Yeah, and here we are. And this is the package I received today. So it's a very, very new one. And as you already can see here, it's from the Jolla Boys OI from Finland. And it came just today, was packaged at the 21st of October. Today is, I think, the 26th. So yeah, pretty fast. And in the end, it already has my smartphone in it, hopefully at least. And we are just going to open it. It's, other than that, very, very normal packaging. And I'm just going to open it up and see what's in here. It might even be that my DHL or whatever post office repacked this because it's somehow in German. So maybe, I don't know, customs or whatever opens this up. We will see what's going on there. I'm not sure about that, but just interesting that it's in German written here. Innenmaße, for instance, and number and stuff like that is from a German company, so DHL. But I don't know, maybe it was delivered in a different way, I'm not sure. So let's open this up. I have a little knife here, and I'm just going to try to open this. Oh, I don't even have to. There is some kind of a opening mechanism there. So let's do that first. I'm just going to rip it open at that point there. There we are. And let's see. Give me one sec. What's in here? So, as you already can see, we have some kind of a package material in here, and I'm just going to get everything out. There we are, that was it. And here is our packaging. So what do we have here? We have our smartphone. Nice looking package, I think. Pretty nice. And we have a couple of accessories. So for instance, this is a screen protector. Just one, I'm not a fan of that. In general, I want to, because sometimes you just mess up bringing it on, but we will see how well this one is behaving. Sometimes if it's a very good one, it's totally fine. And here we have our silicon base, more or less, so with all the different camera outputs probably, and something interesting. I'm not sure what would be at that point down below here, but we will see. Maybe a fingerprint reader, I'm not sure. Strange position for that. But we will see. Maybe it's just a speaker or something, but whatever. Okay, so let's put that aside for now. Just going to put it up there. And let's have a look at our package itself. So as mentioned before, it's a C2, so the Jolla Community Smartphone 2 in this case, running Sailfish OS by factory. It's from Reader, so produced by Reader. Reader is a company from the Turkey. So in the end, that's of course here, and temporary Finland has produced this by the Jolla Boys. So there is a new name on the package here too. And other than that, there of course are a couple of different informations here, and we have this little handy button box, whatever, where you can push it out later on. On this side, there are a couple of different things like the email and stuff like that. I am not going to show that very often or very openly at least. And so just have a look at this. It's more or less looking like this. Okay, so I'm going to take my knife here, and I'm just going to open this one up. So let's see that I'm not going to do it any kind of harm. Here at this point there's no foil at the moment, so nothing hindering me. And so I'm just trying to open it up very nicely here, so that I'm not going to mess anything up. Thing is, this is one of those foils that you can't really open up without more or less making a mess out of it, so I'm just going to put it open like this. Here we are. As mentioned before, one of the harder ones. Nothing you can keep or whatever, so I'm just going to throw it aside. And of course, let's have a look at the phone itself. I don't think we need that. I have this very nice little underground here, so that should be fine. And here we are. So pressing on that should give us the opening mechanism, probably. Come on. So there's nothing holding it. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's coming out. There we are. And interesting packaging out inside there. We have this white, whatever it is. What is it? Some kind of a cell structure or something? I'm not sure, but very nice packaging. And then we have this fiery one, more or less, looking like this. Very nice packaging. I like it. It's really looking pretty fancy. And yeah, nothing else to look at the moment here. So let's put that aside. And I am just going to open it up now. There we are. Okay, so nothing in the part here, and other than that we have a welcome screen. So hi there, just so you can read it. Hi there, you are holding the limited edition Jolla C2 community phone, the Sailfish reference device built with the community for the community. This limited edition is for all of you fans, developers and community members daring to dream big and striving for a change. We put you in the charge because your data should be yours and yours alone. With appreciation and respect of each other's, we continue building this journey together. DIT forever, thank you, the Yola crew, and the C2 logo again. Yeah, nice little introduction there, thank you for that. Just going to get that out, nothing else in there, so I'm just going to put it aside like this. Okay, and here we are now. Let's see, there's this little clip, we can use that to get it out. Nicely done. And this is a smartphone, of course. This is very empty, there's nothing in there. Probably just full material for delivery or whatever. I'm just to make sure that's the case, I'm going to open it up. Okay, there's this SIM tray loader, so this will be used to get out the SIM card holder and stuff like that, of course. And here we have a couple of different informations about reader, probably, as it seems. So what is the warranty period? It's 2 years. We have the C2 model, it's a Yola X reader brand, it's called like this, whatever. Okay, and the telephone number and some other information about where it's produced, probably, as it seems. Yeah, there we are, nothing special other than that. See, other side is empty. So in the end, most important, this one, to get the tray out. I'm just going to put it aside for now. And let's have a look. I don't think we need this anymore. No, nice packaging, like it. Okay, so here we are, and I'm just going to slide it out now and show you the smartphone. Waited long enough. Okay, very nice finish, I would say. Looks like an aluminium case or something, I'm not sure. At least this seems to be. This might be some kind of a different material, but I'm not sure about it. But looks pretty fancy if you ask me. Yeah, nicely done. There's a USB-C connector. This probably are two of the microphones or even the speakers, I'm not sure about that. And as you can see, we have 3 cameras on it. Very nice looking one. I really like the shininess. It's not too shiny or anything, but it's just like aluminium with the brushed surface is more or less. This is looking a little bit funny. I don't know why they did that. So why is there this cutout which is not brushed at that point, but doesn't bother me or something? It's just interesting. And we have a double flashlight in here, so that's a nice one too. And let's see if we can see something on the lens itself. Okay, on there, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, there is privacy from Finland just put on there. Very nice, I like that. Nice little touch there. And other than that, there is a SIM slot. So for the SIM cards and the SD card holder more or less. Camera with a cutout more or less. There's this little hook cutout up there. And we have 3 buttons at the side. So probably this is for volume up, volume down, and this might be the power on button. And other than that, of course, as mentioned before, Yola X reader on the back, a CE sign, so European more or less, or at least for European markets, and it's a community edition which is called at this point again. Okay, here at the top we have a phone jack, so 3.5 millimeters headphone jack in this case, very nice, so you can still listen to that, which is something some of the smartphones today don't have, but of course the Xperias already had that too, so I'm very happy to have them back again, because I really can't stand it that you have to connect Bluetooth by itself, because Bluetooth sometimes just isn't that reliable, and especially if you need to charge something or so, you are not going to have music when you are going to jog or whatever, or run around, and that's not what I like. I like to be able to at least have a fallback if needed. And yeah, down below, of course, you could use the USB-C connector here to connect something, but there's only one, and I would have to split it up if I want, for instance, to charge it at the same time and listening to music or whatever. That's all not the greatest thing, so we are talking about this one, and a really nice one. Okay, and as you already can see, I'm just showing it to you how far the cameras are standing out. That's reasonable, I would say. So not too large. There are smartphones where you really have something like a camera bug in this kind of dimensions, which just is, yeah, let's say second best, I would say. In the end, if I lay this one down, I already have a little bit of a wiggle, which is just normal for this kind of smartphone then. But if you have a really high one, then you're really going to notice that. Okay, so let's have a look at a comparison now. As you can see, C2, and I'm just going to get my, this should be the Xperia 10 Mark II at the bottom, so it should be written 2. I'm just going to get it out of the package here, or of my protective case I use there, and here it is. Interesting, there's no where, a little bit of dust there. Give me a sec to clean that up. Okay, fine. Here is the Xperia 10 Mark II in this case, and I'm just going to put it next to the other smartphone here. As you already can see, it's a lot smaller, and it's, I would say, I'm just going to put it on there, a lot smaller, and has a little bit of a different ratio, not very different, but a little bit. And as you can see, much smaller smartphone in the end. And for one-hand usage, I would prefer this one, because I just like one-hand usages, but for everybody who wants to have a bigger screen and stuff like that, this might be the better one. And if I have it in my hand, feeling it, it feels pretty premium, I have to say. It's a little bit heavier, of course, because it has a different kind of setup there, and this one is more like glass and plastic, more or less. So it's the sides, for instance, this is a plastic one. This one is a lot less heavy. Yeah, noticeable, but still both very nice smartphones. And of course, just to show you, this would be the Xperia 10 Mark III in this case. If I open that up too, get it out of my protective case here, they will not change too much in the end, because this in the end is very similar to the first one I showed you. I think it's about, I don't know, 1 or 2 millimeters difference in sizes, but in the end very similar. As you can see, here we go. This is a newer one, this is the older one, I think at least. Very hard to see, because there's no information on the smartphone itself about that. But this should be the Xperia 10 Mark III. This is the Xperia 10 Mark II. Let's put it like this. I think this is a better way. All have protective protectors on there, screen protectors on there, so this one and this one. This one will get it, of course, because I received this, so this one will go on there. But as you already can see, bigger smartphone, little bit wider, but still, yeah, I just talked about that. It's of course still a smartphone with not a 60:9 ratio or something. That's just not normal today. So at the moment, it's this one. And yeah, from the feel and the look of it, I would say this is my new main smartphone, because I really like it. It's looking pretty nice, very nicely built. I think the build quality is very nice. There are no noticeable gaps or something in here. Looks like a good finish here. Yeah, nice one. And I hope that you already got a little bit of a better understanding what the C2 would look like. In my hand, it's looking more or less like this. So holdable, left hand at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to press there, but very nicely done. Okay, so let's start it up. I'm just going to hold down the power button here and see what's going on, and there we are. As you can see, smartphone is already going on. Sailfish OS is on the start screen. We have C2 there, which is of course a nice little touch, because if you are flashing it yourself, then you are not seeing it in exactly the same fashion, because then you're going to see that the bootloader isn't open and stuff like that. In this case, you shouldn't see something like this, because it's pre-installed. Okay, let's see. And there we are. A couple of different languages, of course, as always. Very many of them. And here you can now select your more or less your language you want to speak. UK, English, for instance, or in my case it would be German. Let's see where that is. There we are. Deutsch. So in the language of the smartphone, more or less, or of the language you're selecting here. I'm just going to use this and click on that. Of course, you could swipe through. There is some kind of a license information about that. I'm just going to get that. And there we are. Okay. First thing that it does is it's going to encrypt the smartphone. Nice thing that it's doing that. And like that, of course. There we are. Let's see what's happening next. Yeah, there it is. Just took a little, but now there's this little loading information there. Not even sure if you can see that. And there we are. And now he is asking me to set up a new pin, more or less. So this will be the pin I'm using for my smartphone then. And it's going to use that to more or less encrypt the user data. Okay, so let's do that. As far as I know, it has to be at least 5 digits. Maybe more if you want to. I'm using 5 at the moment. And I'm just going to put it in. And he's just asking me to do it again, repeat that. I'm just going to do that. There we are. And it's starting up. Okay, asking me to get the internet connection at the moment, so I could do that. Let's activate that. And just to let you know, there is a new update. Yeah, I would have to put it in now and stuff like that, so I'm just going to leave it at this point there. But anyway, one thing that I would like to mention here is that we are talking about the version Sailfish OS 5.0.0.5 on the smartphone when it's delivered. And that one seems to be a little bit flawed, but there is a 0-day update already there. Jolla just decided that they wanted to bring the smartphones faster to the consumers, so I'm happy about that, because the update is already there, it's over the air, so you just have to do the update process after that, and it should work fine. The new version is with ending number 21 at the end there, and that one should of course fix a couple of different things for you already for this smartphone. Otherwise you might run into, for instance, some kind of a camera hiccup and stuff like that. But in the end, just do that update, then it should be fine. And it's already there at this state. Oh, and one little thing I wanted to show you. I have, just to give you a kind of dimensional feeling here, I have a little bit of a ruler here, just to show you what's going on here. I'm just going to put that at the start of one of the centimeters. Here I'm going to put that aside. So as you can see, centimeters of course, and those are the dimensions of the different smartphones here. And of course I'm going to do the same for the height. There we are, round about 17 centimeters in height for the new one, and round about 7.4 centimeters or something like that in this way. Of course, those are much smaller, as you can see, so 6.4 in the end, and times, let's say, round about, I have to put that aside, sorry, round about 5.3 maybe in height, and those are very, very similar. And of course, this is what the smartphones are. Maybe I can show you the thickness of it too. So let's have a look. As you can see, here are the smartphones. Pretty similar. And I'm just going to turn it around like this to show you what's going on there. That's a little bit higher on the reader one, but very, very similar in the end. So like this, you already should have a couple of different informations about that. Yeah, and there you have it. Hopefully you learned something about the new C2, so the Jolla Community smartphone, the second edition of that, of course. And hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, of course. If you have any kind of questions, comments, whatever, want me to test something out or whatever, just let me know about that in the commentary section down below. And other than that, of course, subscribe to the channel if you didn't till now. And see you around in the next episode. Have a great one and bye. Bye.